Master Grade Sazabi, version KA. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs, 2Bs, gundam.tk. And I've been busy with some other projects here, but it's time to get back to the good stuff. The Master Grade Sazabi, ver.Ka Toki, as you've already got to see some of the body parts. Now it's time to take a look at the rest before it all gets put together. An absolute treat so far with the transformation. What kind of firepower is he going to be borrowing and packing? So with the armaments, the beam shot is going to be looking sharp here with its glossy black, and the fact that they added those two little pieces of red piping is a plus. You can see some slide action there, and this part is going to move in and out. And for the emotion manipulators there, you can see you can swap that down, so it should stay in hand well. The long rifle here earns its name, as you can see, compared to the beam shot, and it's going to have some nice red details in there as well. In terms of this, well, at the end, it's not going to be moving around much. This will open in a moment, you see. This is going to be able to open and close. It can be a little bit tight, and if you've got the Master Grade Shinenju bazooka kicking around in a Ziploc somewhere, then you can take these component parts. You can drop the front off here, open this up, and then attach this on the bottom, and drop this part onto the top, and then you're going to have something that actually is looking okay. The back is extended here. The bazooka you could extend if you wanted to make this thing look even more ridiculous, but it's a nice connection between the two eras here that are pretty close. How about the shield though? On the back you're going to be pretty unimpressed perhaps. It's not all that detailed there. You can go and attach these on at the bottom, but no slides, no gimmicks, a few lining options, but you can see that this part here is going to be moving, and this will rotate around and give you a nice shoulder option. But of course, it's onto the front where it's going to really stand out. Check it out, different shades of red there, dark and light, with all sorts of gray there in the middle. You've got some nice yellow protruding. This is one of the slides that I took the time to put on, but overall from the front, this is a beast. And if you see it compared to the Shinenju back here, yes, the original is definitely standing out, except for that little bit of gold trim bling. This slide option, though, is going to be nice, as you can see that you can position that and get this attached onto the forearm quite securely. And it is very nice with that slide because you are going to be able to protect different parts of the body, and it should set up some nice posing options, a big step up on the V1 and 2. And if you flip it around here and then you've got your shoulder handy, well, this is a nice touch. Take that, your little booster there, get it out of the way, and you may be able to see that grasping point in there, and then you can go and hang this by putting it through underneath. And it's nice because it's got those cutouts there, so you can see that it's actually going to be able to move fairly freely, and it always frees up an arm if you want to go tomahawk style. Which in their neutral state look like this, some black and gray, so a nice little touch there. There's a small piece up here, attach this together and overlay them. And then if you pop up this shield here, you can go and attach this on the inside before sealing it up, and you still have just a little bit of wiggle room down there. Which means by bringing it forward a little bit, well, you can attach in these effect parts, but if you take a look at it from the front, that separation there, especially with the long one, is not all that pleasing, which is why you'd probably want to keep it in hand anyway. As here you've got a better look at the individualized ones when you pop them off. They do come across as a little bit thin, but who's going to be looking at that with effect parts like this at the end? You can see where you can attach them into the hand nicely. They've got nice little divots there that are going to help hold it in. The long is definitely going to stand out, and of course, well, if you want to go and have some fun, then put the two parts back together there, either with two shorts, two longs, or one of each. Or separate them, rotate them around, and then you're going to have the option of going the old double style there. If you go with two longs, this is an absolute beast of a weapon. And with the regular beam sabers, you can have some fun as you can pop them out of the wrist there right into the emotion hands. With the handles looking solid there and the peg that comes out to hold it in even better. And you can see all sorts of effect and whooshing and electricity charging all about. But probably my favorite feature is here. I've got the two longs in, go short, long, whatever you want. But if you want to go and take the regular beams here and drop it in, well, as if this guy didn't have enough melee pain to dish out. For the backpack, solid and gray there with, again, that nice gloss black all around. The little details here, like the fact you've got black inside the yellow, inside the black for the thrusters. The gray all over the place there, as you can see that if you want to go and attach these in down there, they will be able to move around, not a huge range of motion, and they're not as comically large as they have occasionally been depicted, but at the same time, the action is going to be up here, As when it's time to deploy the funnels, you can pop this up here, revealing some gray, and then when you pop that down, you're going to be getting the silver that they've included. Mine's painted here, but it's going to look great with the funnels inside. With the combination of gray, red, silver, and black there, and for the funnels themselves, they're fairly substantial in size. They're about the size of the cockpit. As you can see that they're going to pop forward. They just go up a little bit each part here. Would have been nice if we had a little bit of color down here, but then again, if you had these up on a display base and 6 of them whooshing around, Amuro, well, he'd at least be using up his boost. For the minifigures here, Char's looking pretty sharp as a respected politician, though he may hate the job occasionally. Full frontals there on the right, also looking sharp, but he doesn't have a base, whereas Char can stand up on your table or shelf. And I love little details like this, a couple clear parts there making up a sphere, gray seat looking sharp, and Char in yellow there instead of red, but you can seal that up, and if you put it in the hand of the new Gundam, that should be fun. For the launchers on the back, let's take a look at the mobility. I'll show it from the front so you can see that it's going to be coming forward and back just around 45 degrees there, and up and down, well, not all that much, so perhaps a little bit disappointing, but then again, this guy's just so busy on the front that as long as the red is there, it's still going to look okay. So how about that head itself? Definitely more menacing than that Zaku 2 he first stepped out in. Looking very sharp thanks in no small part to the multiple shades of red there. You can see top and bottom and on the front. They've also got some really nice lining options around the head and elsewhere. Of course, it's great that he's got this detachable part for the neck as you can drop the light there on the inside. But when you take a look inside, you're definitely going to see shades of the round cockpit hatch there. And on the front, the water slides. I've got to say, I wasn't very impressed with this one when I put it on the clear plastic before plugging it in. It didn't stick on there all that well, so I've got a couple marks there getting the tweezers, trying to get it into place. But down below, the mono eye is going to be quite impressive. And though moving the top of the head here doesn't fill me with any sort of confidence, you've still got the option of dropping this down and that down so that you can see the mono eye there, and hopefully the light. Of which, going back to my 00 kits, only wants to work occasionally. And sadly, the curse of the old bad green light there, and there it is, working. Pretty nice there. The clear screen there is going to be sort of getting in the way a little bit, but it's nice because you've got the options of moving it up and down. Somewhat disappointing that you do put in a clear piece up there along with the water slide, but at the same time, I've got to say that I wasn't very impressed. The fact that the light isn't going to be coming through there and it's a poor seal just seems like Bandai could have done a better job, but then again, the fact that we're lighting up the eyes of MGs is going to make for a nice shelf at night. Start to finish with the parts here, I've got to say, there isn't a gimmick included that comes across as being silly or unnecessary, unless you haven't got over the fact yet about the transformation. For me, it's just pure win all around. It's an absolute treat to build no matter how long ago it was, and actually when you see it, it just gets me all the more excited. I have never actually put it together, so I can't wait to do that. But the weapons are fun, the colors are great between the blacks, the grays, and all the effect parts and all the different play options. Cannot wait to get this guy up here fighting the new, and maybe he'll go take on Full Frontal or something and say, hey, who's the real deal around here? Anyway, would love to hear your thoughts about everything. What are your favorite weapon combinations? Please let me know with a comment down below and stick around to see it all put together. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya.